Hey kids, I'm back. I know it's been a while. Typically you're used to seeing me doing political videos, and I'll continue to do that. But also wanted to throw in kind of the original intent of this channel, hence the name Smokescreen, on some of the things that I enjoy. And I'm a nerd when it comes to movies and TV shows and that type of thing. So I want to start having a little fun and get into some discussions with people, discuss movie reviews, movie trailer reviews, TV shows. I'm a huge Star Wars nerd. I'm a huge Game of Thrones fan, and several other TV shows and movies. So I'm going to attempt my first video, and this will be a completely separate playlist from the political stuff. So I keep all that separated and do a little bit of everything. As much as I enjoy the world of fantasy and getting away from reality with TV and movies and that type of thing, I still want to delve into the real world, which is the political aspect of it. So on this first video, I want to go into Superman v Batman. The trailer came out, and I know there's a lot of videos online already breaking it down and trying to find little Easter eggs and that type of thing. So I'll quickly go over the trailer as well and point out a few things. But I want to get more into what you guys think about in the DC Universe. Do you think Batman really has a chance versus Superman? So again, to go over the trailer really quickly, it starts out with a sequence of people talking about Superman, and I think it's a pretty good angle to take, as if he's a godlike figure. He's kind of being worshipped by some people and hated by others, because essentially he's as close to a god as people has seen. So I think it's a great story arc to go from, something that's never really been done, at least from Superman's perspective. Other comics and superhero movies, have the backstories of demigods and godlike figures such as Thor and that type of thing. But they never really went in that direction with Superman. So first of all, I don't think that's a bad direction. But anyway, in this opening shot, you hear several voices in the background. Sounds like some news media and some different characters. I think that's a good opening scene, kind of establishes what the baseline is going to be about. The opening sequence also features Neil deGrasse Tyson, which of course is the current science superstar. And so I think he's got a piece in this movie, but I think he's going to play himself. I don't think he's going to be a character. So let me know if you have different opinions on that. But I believe he's just going to be kind of playing himself as kind of the go-to science guy when people are asking and starting to study Superman, as he's been here a while now. And it gives you some good scenes of the kind of cityscape behind him, which I guess got rebuilt since the last time he and Zod destroyed it and probably killed so many people. So they're probably a little pissed off about that too. Maybe they'll actually bring that into the film, his kind of lack of, I wouldn't say compassion, but lack of awareness about the fight, the big epic fight scene at the end of Man of Steel, when they essentially destroy the entire city and buildings and everything else. And you have to assume with that, there's so many people in a populated area like that, that a lot of people died as a result of that fight. Now granted, Zod and his crew created a lot of havoc with the terraformers trying to essentially transform Earth into Krypton. But at the same time, when that was stopped, the big epic fight destroyed so much. And I walked away out of that movie saying, did anybody else notice they essentially destroyed the whole fucking city, or at least the rest of the city in this fight? Everybody seemed cool about it. So that's the kind of nitpicky shit I like to get into in some of these things. So I'll be critical of things, but at the same time I'm still a huge fan. So, and in this sequence as well, there's a scene where Superman looks to be walking down some kind of tunnel, and there's 4 officers of some sort, and they seem to bow when he comes down the hallway, or is about to come down the hallway. And I'm curious what you think about that. I'm not sure if that's just some kind of regular SWAT guys, whether he's going to meet somebody. If there's guards there, it seems it would be of somewhat of importance. But I'm curious what you think. I was trying to look, you can't really see the trailer, but the patches on their arm, they kind of have the same shape as his taupe symbol on his chest, but they're not quite. So I don't think it would be something like that. But I'm curious what you guys think about who these particular officers are. Perhaps Lex Luthor's guard, something like that. When he faces him, we really don't know what kind of role he's going to play other than just establishing himself as a villain in this film. So let me know what you think about that as well. And then of course you hear Lex Luthor's voice there at the very end saying essentially devils don't come from hell below, they come from the sky. So you see kind of Lex Luthor, maybe he's taking part in kind of building the anti-Superman sentiment among people to kind of paint Superman in a bad light. Whether that's just a voiceover for the trailer, we don't know, or if he's actually saying that as a line in the movie. We'll see. Then, of course, the last scene in that little sequence, Superman's statue, which has apparently been built by the city, and perhaps thanking him from saving them from these aliens that he knows as Zod. Yet at the same time, he destroyed the fucking city. So, but I like the shot with the false god painted on there. As we come to the next shot, we hear Alfred speaking to Ben Affleck. And apparently he's playing Batman, if you heard. It seems to me that Alfred's giving Bruce Wayne some kind of speech or whatever. Perhaps they're talking about Superman. Essentially, good people turning bad. So maybe this is part of what starts the conflict between them. As he's seeing all these things that he can do and fears that he will potentially rule over people since he's being portrayed by some people as a god. So we'll see what kind of starts the conflict there. But then we go to the shot of the Batsuit. I don't have a problem with this Batsuit. I like it. I think it's more classic. Granted, I'm not a big fan of who's going to be in the Batsuit, but I like the Batsuit. Tribute to the more classic Batman with the gray and the white suit and not a defined bat symbol in his chest. So, and then of course we're seeing the camera skim over the logo, yada yada yada. But the next thing we come up, we see Batman standing in an area where we see the Batmobile in the background, a lot of smoke. It looks like this may actually be the building where Superman in Man of Steel killed Zod by snapping his neck. So it looks like maybe Batman's doing some research, I'm not sure, but if you caught it in the graffiti at least, there's a couple little things in there. The main one I noticed is really worth talking about at this point is of course the question mark, which we all know is a symbol of the Riddler. So we'll see how that fits in. I don't think you'll see the Riddler here. I just think it's kind of an Easter egg since this is essentially a Rush to Justice League type movie. So in my book, this seems like a Rush to Justice League movie, which is already planned, featuring Superman. And the next thing we see the Batwing flying over and is shooting machine guns or rockets or whatever at people. Usually not up Batman's alley either, just killing people. Maybe it's been hijacked, maybe it's not Batman. I've seen some other videos as well thinking the same thing, that maybe this is a scene where, you know, he's not actually the one flying it. But we'll see what happens. Maybe they're going to go darker this time. I mean, I have no problem with Batman killing people who are trying to kill him. I mean, that's what he is. He's a ninja. I mean, that's his background. So, and then of course here we come up and see two shots of Batman, kind of still in the dark. They don't want to fully expose him yet, but in the regular suit. Cool shot, cool, epic looking shot. But it just seems to me the way they put this trailer together that he might just be a little jealous. And of course, there's finally the little epic scene where it looks like it may be their first meeting in person, where Batman's in this special suit that's obviously metal. It's obviously some kind of armored suit. We see that he's looking up at Superman hovering above him, and of course the voice changer apparently. It seems like, at least in this suit, he's not just doing the "I'm Batman," you know, voice. It seems like he's got some kind of voice changer. So yeah, there's a reason he wore some armor-plated suit versus his regular one if this is his first meeting with Superman. Maybe it's not his first meeting, but we're assuming it is because he says the infamous lines now, "Do you bleed?" and then says, "You will." And that's where I kind of want to go in here, because you know what? No, he won't bleed. We know at some point they're going to join up and it's going to be Justice League, that type of thing. Would Batman ever even have a chance against Superman? I say no. I say no. Me and a couple buddies have talked about this since this trailer came out, and I can't see it. The only thing that hurt Superman was in the Kryptonian atmosphere in Zod's ship. That's the only thing that hurt him. He all of a sudden became mortal, he bled, they could puncture his skin and take blood. And there was only two people that knew what happened that day, and that was Superman and Lois Lane. So Batman, as smart as he is, he's not going to be able to Google Superman's weaknesses. I can't see where he can do any kind of research in the world, because he is on Earth. He has no idea what Krypton is. He has no idea what Kryptonite is. And from my understanding, they may not even bring Kryptonite into this universe. Like on Smallville, where you had a meteor shower, and every other week it was a person affected by the meteor shower, which we know is Kryptonite. Every ship and everything that Zod had in the previous film was sucked up in the singularity, the black hole, whatever you want to call it. So there's nothing remaining that we're aware of from Man of Steel that would lend you to believe that there's any weakness that Superman now has on planet Earth. As cool as Batman is, and as smart as he is, because I had a buddy who said, well, Batman's, you know, he's so intelligent, he'll figure out a way, you know, he'll outsmart it. But it doesn't matter what he designs or what kind of technology he has, he's not going to be able to hurt the man. Without a Kryptonian atmosphere, which Batman knows nothing about and nobody else in the world does either, the only possible explanation I can think of, something to the effect of, we know from Man of Steel that previously, eons ago, that the Kryptonians were trying to expand and they were out exploring, and that ship that the military found in Man of Steel that he hijacked and took over and found his suit and met his father and through the crystal and all that type of stuff. Unless there's another one somewhere where previous Kryptonians had came even earlier and Batman somehow got a hold of that somehow that ship's atmosphere could be converted to a Kryptonian atmosphere. That's the only possible thing I can think of that Batman could do to get some kind of advantage where he could actually make him bleed. Because honestly, in that scene right there where he looks up and says,
"Tell me, do you bleed?" You will.
No, I don't. And no, I won't. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know what you think in the comments below. What do you think can happen? What do you think Batman can do to Superman to even affect him, to even phase him? Yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'm interested in discussion and other theories out there about what this may entail, what this the movie itself, the fight sequences between Superman and Batman before they kind of join up, high five, and start hanging out in the cafe together. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.